Let's plan out a week of meals during a busy homeschool week. Or for me, it's a busy week overall because I am also a working homeschool mom, and this week is my daughter's birthday, so I've got a lot going on. So let's sit down and plan out some meals together. Every Sunday I sit down here at my kitchen, kitchen counter, and I plan out my entire week. I use this magnetic weekly planner. I got this off Amazon. I've had it for years. I will link it in my description box below so that you can go check it out. But it has been so great. I plan out my entire week and then I just stick it onto the side of my fridge and I go through, cross stuff off, change things. I'm able to easily see what I have planned for the day and what I'm gonna be making for dinner. So I thought I would just kind of walk you through my process and how I meal plan for a super busy week as a homeschool mom who also works. I need my phone though because I don't even know. Let's see, today is March 1st. So I guess that actually makes it pretty easy. So I always just write the date here at the top. So it'll be March 1st. So tomorrow would be the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So March 1st through March 8th. Okay, I'm gonna go through really quick and fill in all of the days. I usually just write kind of like the days I plan to work out, when I plan to homeschool, our work schedule, if we're meeting with co-ops, extracurriculars, which we have all of these things on our list. It's a lot, and I have to stay super organized to remember all the tasks that we have. I have to write it down basically. Like everyone in my house knows, like, don't touch this on the fridge. It's easily erasable, so I get like super stressed about it because this is kind of like my lifesaver, honestly. I just refer to it all week long. So I'm gonna go through and fill in everything else, and then we'll talk about how I meal plan for the week. Okay, never mind, I changed my mind. I'm going to meal plan with you guys first, and then I'll go back through and write in our whole day-to-day schedule because I want to show you what the meal plan looks like, and I don't want to show you our like full work schedule and everything we're doing every day. That just seems like a little unsafe, you know? Okay, so I don't know if you saw in the beginning, I have this little box down here that still has writing on it. I erased everything from this whole past week, but I keep this down here because this is really important. This is the meals that I am making this week. So all of my groceries come on Sundays. I order them like on the Walmart app on Saturday to arrive on Sunday, and it's for all of these meals that I've planned here. So I really think ahead about a week for what I'm gonna be making and writing down groceries that I need so that when it comes to Saturday and it's time to order my groceries, it's just like really slick, if that makes sense, because I've got it written down. I know what I'm making for the week, and I don't have to think about meal planning because I already did that the week before. I hope that makes sense. Every time I like try to explain that, I feel like it sounds confusing, but maybe it's not as confusing as I'm thinking. I don't know. Okay, so like I said, today is Sunday, and today I am making roast with mashed potatoes and gravy and carrots, rolls, and my plan has been we will have leftovers of this dinner tomorrow. I made a roast this week because I know I'm going into like a super busy week, and I thought that would be such like easy meal prep, and I can make several different meals with this roast. And I'm actually filming a whole week of meals for you, so you can see how I plan it, and then you can see how I make a whole week of meals after busy homeschool and work days. So I'm just gonna write on here, so tomorrow would be Monday the 2nd. So we're gonna have leftovers tomorrow. And then I'm thinking on Tuesday, we will use that leftover roast to make French dip subs. So I am planning on Tuesday, we are going to have French dips with Lay's potato chips and a pickle. That is so easy. So when I was ordering my groceries, I already have, everything came today that is ready for Tuesday. So like hoagies, provolone cheese, au jus, I got Lay's potato chips, I already had pickles. So that's kind of how that went. And then on Wednesday, that will be the final day of us using our leftover roast. And I usually plan roast beef nachos. Whenever I do this, I kind of do it in the same order every time I make a roast. And I do roast beef nachos the last day, just because if I am like a little bit short on roast, I add black beans to it and that really bulks it up and gives us like plenty of food for our family. So on Wednesday, we will have roast beef nachos. And that's like pretty self-explanatory. You know, I just bought tortilla chips, black beans, and then just top it with whatever toppings you like. We usually do like, you know, cheese obviously, but tomatoes, avocado, sour cream. I love jalapenos because I love spicy food. I like love nachos. That's one of my favorite foods. And then after like, I will have cooked several days in a row. I also cooked yesterday, I cooked the day before. So at that point, I mean, one day is leftover, so I guess I'm not technically like cooking that day, but you know, like it's still like at home, you gotta clean up the mess and everything. I will cook just like, I don't know, 6 days in a row or something. So on Thursday, I'm planning we will do takeout. And I just write that on here. Like I said, then my family can look at this too and they know exactly what's for dinner. They're like coming asking, what's for dinner? Even though like, my daughter's about to turn 7. Her birthday's coming up. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. And my little boy can't read, obviously. So it's really just my husband. And then on Friday, I thought we would have turkey, bacon, avocado, grilled cheese sandwiches with soup. So I'm gonna write that here. Turkey, bacon, avocado sandwiches with soup. That's such an easy weekday dinner and it's so yummy. I love that. And then on Saturday, we are going to be doing takeout that day. And like I said, my daughter's birthday is this week, and on Sunday, she requested that I make like this pasta dish. It's her absolute favorite. And it's like rigatoni and sausage, lemon. It's so easy. And like the whole family loves it. It's so yummy. So I'm gonna be making that on Sunday of next week. So it's like a sausage, rigatoni, lemon pasta. And I usually just serve that with like rosemary bread. That's kind of our go-to, because it's delicious. Okay, so now I've got everything listed for this coming week and what I'm making for dinners. Now this is where things get like a little bit planny. I don't even know how else to put it. For me, I'm a planner, and this is just what works for me. And then going into the week, like I said, I don't have to think about meal planning at all because my weeks are so busy with homeschooling and working. And like I said, all the stuff we do as moms, my weeks are crazy busy and I don't want to be thinking about meal planning. So I sit down when I'm doing this coming week of meal planning and planning my week, I plan the following week's meals while I'm doing this, and I write down all the ingredients I'm going to need to order this coming Saturday that arrive on Sunday, and then I do the whole process over again. Now, when I sit down to do this, I generally have like no idea what I'm going to be making. I usually will pull out like all of my cookbooks. This top one my mom gave me when I was 16 years old. And I really need to like sit down and add more to it because there's like a lot of space to add a lot more recipes. But these are like all of my mom's recipes, and this is just like so precious to me. I love it. See, that's little me. So cute. So I'll sit down and I'll just kind of like look through my cookbooks and try to come up with some ideas of what to make. I also love Cozy Cooks cookbooks. I have her first one and her second one here, and they're both full of so many good recipes. I I would say I use her cookbooks mostly for inspiration, kind of give me an idea of something I want to make. And then I follow her recipe for the most part, but I do tweak things here and there just because, you know, I've been cooking for a long time. I know how I like my food, but I do refer to her cookbooks a lot, and her recipes are super delicious. I absolutely love them. I think one of the meals I'm going to make, oh, let me tell you my thought process with this too. When I sit down, I kind of try to think of what did I make this week so that I can have variation. I don't want to like be making the same things all the time. And I usually find I kind of rotate between like Mexican, Italian, American, Asian. I don't know. And I just kind of just keep like rotating through those. And that really helps you kind of think of ideas when you sit down. I'm like, okay, so I've got an Italian dish. What's a Mexican dish I could make? And then like, what's an American dish I can make? That's usually how I think about it. So just looking at this, I mean, we are having roast beef nachos, but I think I want to make tacos the following week with ground beef. So that's the first thing I'm going to put on here. And then I also usually aim to make like 3 to 4 meals a week. Planning some days we'll have leftovers. We are like a smaller family. We're a family of 4, but one of my children is a toddler, so he doesn't eat a ton of food. But I'm gonna plan one of the days we'll have tacos. I think I'll do tacos, debating if I want to do chips and salsa or chips and queso. I think I'll do chips and queso. We haven't had that in a while. So tacos with chips and queso. Okay, so I've got that written over here. So then on this side, I'm gonna write the groceries that I know I need for it. So you know your home, you kind of know like what you always have on hand, what's in your fridge right now. And that's how I am too. Sometimes I have to get up from my spot and like look around to see if I have certain things. But for the most part, I usually kind of know what I need going into the meal. So I know I'll need like a taco kit is usually just what I buy. It comes with a combination of like crunchy shells and soft. So a taco kit, I'll need lettuce, tomatoes, avocado, and like I have sour cream in my fridge right now, but I don't know if I'll have enough going into it. So if that's the case, I'll put like sour cream ? And then when I'm actually standing up to order groceries, I can look in my fridge just so I don't have to like keep getting up and down, and I can just focus on the task at hand. So I'm gonna write sour cream ? Oh, I'll need ground beef. I usually keep chicken in my freezer. Sometimes I have steak in my freezer, but I don't usually keep extra ground beef on hand. I usually just kind of buy that as I need it. It kind of just depends. If I like find it on sale, I will stock up on it and put some in the freezer. But ground beef really hasn't been on sale much lately. Ground beef is so expensive right now. Is it expensive where you guys live too? Okay, so taco kit, lettuce, tomato, avocado, sour cream, ground beef. I already know I have cheese in my fridge. It's kind of like where you gotta like sit and think. I would say sitting down and doing my weekly planner probably takes me an hour on Sundays to just like really sit and think like, what do I want to make? And then like, what do I need to make it? But it is so time saving during the week. We'll need tortilla chips and queso. The next meal I'm gonna write on here is actually the meal I'm making next Sunday, that pasta dish I was telling you my daughter requested, because I did not get groceries for that today because it's a whole week away and I don't want them to go bad. And I ordered groceries on Saturday and then I'm making that Sunday, so that just makes the most sense. So I'm gonna write that on here. And then just all the ingredients I need for that. So for that one, I'll need sausage, lemons, cream cheese. Oh yeah, I will definitely probably need more sour cream because sour cream also goes in this pasta recipe. And then it has red peppers in it and scallions. I've got this recipe on my phone, so I need to look and see what else it calls for. Oh, a lot of times I'll pull up Pinterest too. I get a lot of recipe ideas from Pinterest. So I kind of just like rotate through like my QuickBooks, Pinterest, and then meals, you know, I've obviously like got up here. It calls for Parmesan, I'll need that. Oh, tomato. Okay, and that should be good. So let me think here. So if we're having that pasta, that sausage rigatoni pasta makes a lot. And I usually make a double batch of it just because my family loves it so much. So I know we will have leftovers of that on Monday. And then that coming Tuesday, we'll probably do takeout because I work and then we have extracurriculars after. So then Wednesday, we'll probably do the tacos. Thursday, we'll probably do takeout again because we have extracurriculars that night also. It's really hard to cook on Tuesdays and Thursdays for me because we have extracurriculars like late on those days. So I usually like to do takeout just so I don't have to like stress about it and I can get everyone fed before like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. That feels so late to me. What time do you guys have dinner at? I really like to have dinner like prepared and us eating at like 6:30. Anything else feels like kind of late to me. Okay, so now this is where it's tricky and I don't know what else to make next week. I'll probably just plan one more meal. Yeah, I'll probably just plan one more meal because I don't usually have the following Sunday planned out when I do this today. Let me think. I'm trying to think this through now how I do it. So I'll order groceries on Saturday for Sunday. Then on Sunday, I'd write all of these in. And then I could figure out my following Sunday at that point. Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna plan one more meal for us to have. But I don't know what. So see, I've got a Mexican, I've got an Italian. It would be nice if I could make something on Friday that could be a leftover for Saturday. And then I'd cook something again on Sunday. I'm trying to think like what I haven't made in a while. But also that could be a leftover. I wish you guys were here to help give me some ideas. This is the hardest part, I think, sometimes just about like being the mom of the house and like planning all the meals and everything is like, what do I cook? It's really hard to think about it every week and to like try to keep variation, make something everyone in your family likes. It's super tricky. I'm gonna see if I get any ideas on Pinterest here. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do potatoes and toppings. With French bread. Now that won't provide enough to be leftovers, so on Saturday we'll probably do takeout again. That's kind of a lot of days of takeout. That would be like 3 days of takeout. I don't usually do that many. I like to only usually have like 2 days of takeout, but I do work that Saturday also. So some weeks it's just like that. I am like by no means perfect or like the best homemaker there is, always cooks from scratch. We definitely eat out at our house. And I feel like that's like a big key to balance, honestly. I would struggle if I had to cook every single night. I get super tired at the end of the day, and I do love to cook though. And like I said, I try to cook 3 to 4 nights a week at home, but the other nights we do have leftovers or we get takeout, and I feel like that's real life. I don't know. If you are cooking every night of the week, like good on you. That would be so hard. We definitely eat out a lot and I really love both, but I do love to cook at home more. I kind of get sick of takeout, but some weeks are just like that and some weeks are more busy and we just kind of like go with the flow. What else can you do? So potatoes and toppings, if you don't know what that is, I guess you could top it with whatever you wanted, whatever your family really likes. I usually just bake up large russet potatoes and I top them with ground beef, broccoli, like boiled cooked broccoli, cheese, sour cream, and we have it with like French bread on the side. It's so easy and so delicious. Like, I love this meal. And I feel like it's pretty healthy too. So I'll need baking potatoes, ground beef, broccoli, French bread. That recipe also, like, honestly takes super minimal ingredients too, so it's really, really easy. Okay, and I think that solidifies my next week of meals. So I've got it all planned out now. This is what she looks like. Like I said, this will look very full when I'm all done with it, because I go through here and I put in my work schedule, when I work out, when I homeschool, everything is on here. So this will be very full in the end. But this is what it looks like. And now I'm all set to go into a super busy week. All of my meals are planned, and the following week's meals are planned, so that I'm able to just easily order groceries. And this saves me so much time and energy and mental strength during the week, because I don't have to think about it when I'm trying to think and juggle a million other different things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more videos like this, and if it helped you. I am so happy you are here. Please remember, you are not alone, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.